Right now, there are profound developments taking place in the Middle East. One of the most important changes is one that has received little attention so far. Sure, Bahrain is a little country, but it casts a shadow over the entire Persian Gulf. The government of Bahrain is negotiating with the opposition, and the outcome of these negotiations will have critical geopolitical implications. Now, the reason why Bahrain is so important is because in any negotiation, you have to make a compromise. So it's likely that the monarchy of Bahrain will have to make some sort of concession to the opposition. And once that happens, it will lead to an empowerment of the opposition, because 70% of the total population of Bahrain is Shia Muslim. And obviously, Iran, as the largest Shia Muslim country, will try to take advantage of the situation. So the events in Bahrain will have large-scale implications for the region, particularly for Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. In Kuwait, the royal family and the parliament have been engaged in a confrontation for years now. And if the opposition in Bahrain achieves some sort of concession from the government, it will inspire or encourage the Kuwaitian opposition to do the same. And there's also the sectarian dynamic in Kuwait. An estimated 30% of Kuwait is from Shia sectarian background. That's roughly about 1 million people out of 3.5 million people. Therefore, this development that is unfolding in Bahrain will have some serious consequences for Kuwait. And Kuwait plays a very important role in the US military operations in Iraq. Now, from the perspective of Saudi Arabia, the empowerment of Shia Muslims in Bahrain will likely motivate the Shia population of Saudi Arabia, which is concentrated in the eastern province. Now, this is a very oil-rich region, and it's not too far from the border with Bahrain or with Iran. And another issue is that right now the Saudis are in the process of impending succession, because the top 4 leaders of the country are all getting old. I'm talking about King Abdullah, Crown Prince Sultan, Second Deputy Prime Minister Prince Naif, and the Governor of Riyadh, Prince Salman. So for the Saudi monarchy, these regional changes could not come at a worse time. And that's why the Saudis announced the extra social spending package. The latest one is in the range of $35 billion, spending on housing, social benefits, trying to improve the employment opportunities. In essence, the Saudis do not want to see anything that can happen in Bahrain spill over into their own country. But the arrest of a prominent Shia cleric in Saudi Arabia on February 27th has sparked unrest in the eastern province. The cleric, Sheikh al-Amir, was calling for a constitutional monarchy and equal rights. A few days later, about 300 people demonstrated in Al-Ahsa province for the release of the Shia political prisoners. Now, this confrontation could very well ignite a Shia uprising in Saudi Arabia. The real winner here would be Iran. Bahrain is where Iranian and Saudi interests intersect. If the situation in Bahrain gets out of control, the United States could lose a base for its 5th Fleet and the possibility for withdrawal from Iraq. Shia Muslims in Kuwait and Saudi Arabia could follow with their own protests. And by this, the Iranian-Saudi balance in the region would lean heavily towards Iran. And it is for these reasons why this small country of Bahrain has far more consequences than the outbreak of fighting between opposition and government forces in Libya. This was a Caspian report by me, Shirvan, and I thank you for watching. Saul.